Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, it's choking me up. Welcome to November. It's the first day of the 11th month. We've only got, I picked this up this morning on Sirius XM, 55 days till Christmas, and their holiday channels started airing today. If you're needing a push in that direction, there you have it. If you need to go back the other way on today's date in our weather history, back in just 2016, so not that far ago, just last year, 82 degrees on this date at the Jackson Weather Service office, 87 back in 1981. So, in lieu of today's date and the time frame they're associated to, also time changes this weekend as well. Well, I'm just full of good news tonight, aren't I? Indeed it does. Oh, and I'm telling you what, those dark days coming early are not exciting to me even earlier, but that indeed is the time frame. Saturday night, time to set those clocks back. On tonight's program, records appear or do indicate just in the past hour I've confirmed that a Johnson County man who pled guilty to manslaughter and other charges in the death of a Johnson County woman has been released today after serving just over 4 years in prison. Also, another Magoffin County man in another story is requesting release after being on the run from authorities for well over a year in a scheme that defrauded another Magoffin County individual out of hundreds of thousands of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars for, we believe, other victims as well. He's got a hearing set on the matter. I'll tell you more about that in just a few seconds, and we'll tell you more about the commercials that have been airing here on Your News today and across much of Kentucky, I'm sure, as well. The Solar Cooperative Effort and Initiative, which was celebrated and dedicated earlier today, the big solar farm that you see if you're passing through Winchester or by Winchester there. We'll have more on that. We'll speak with one individual who was there, and a lot of ground to cover on tonight's program. With that said, an update on one fatal auto accident in the viewing area and word of another. We'll go back to this Monday morning's crash that happened very early, around 3 o'clock Monday morning. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department, as I told you, was investigating after responding to the call of a single vehicle crash that happened on Shop Branch and Flat Gap. It was there, as I told you earlier, a young man, Rocky Akers of Flat Gap. His vehicle had left the roadway and he was pronounced dead after the collision. We now know, per the investigation by the Sheriff's Department, that Rocky Akers was traveling in his 2000 Ford F-350. It went over a 60-foot embankment, landed in the front end or on the front end in the creek. We have now learned that he actually got out of the vehicle. He actually walked to a nearby home and called 911. Deputies arrived. Akers, talking to them, stated that he had fallen asleep when driving and that caused the crash in his truck. He was taken to the Palby Hall Medical Center, and it was there that he passed away due to injuries sustained in that crash, which is still, of course, under investigation. But he survived the crash and was talking and walking and then passed away a relatively short time later. A single vehicle crash just outside of Louisa by a couple of miles this morning on Kentucky Route 32 has claimed the life of another viewing area young man, Jason Daniels. His pickup truck also leaving the roadway. The Lawrence County Coroner's Office pronouncing him dead at the scene shortly after 10 o'clock this morning. The accident reported sometime around 9:30. As for the cause of the accident, is still unknown. No skid marks or other indicators at the scene, but Daniels' body was found several feet from the actual wreckage after he was ejected from the pickup truck during the crash. He leaves behind at least 2 children that I am aware of at this time. From the Office of the Attorney General, got a scam alert for you. Another one. Here's a new one, and man, this one goes pretty low. A scam alert issued by Attorney General Andy Beshear to warn Kentuckians about advertisements that are being placed in classified sections of local Kentucky newspapers and online. He says that several Kentuckians in several counties, mostly central and western thus far, but they are spreading almost exponentially to some degree, but they have reported answering these classified ads for a really good deal on what's either been a Toyota or a Chevy pickup or a John Deere tractor, and it turned out to be nothing more than a really bad scam. The complainants state the classified ad appears normal. It includes a price for the item, a really good price, and also a contact number. Once an interested person calls that number, however, they don't speak directly with anyone, but rather start getting text messages or emails from someone thereafter who is calling themselves Molly Carter, an Air Force sergeant stationed at Cavalier Air Force Base in North Dakota, saying that she's selling the item at a huge discount because it belonged to her husband, who is now deceased, and that she's leaving soon for deployment overseas and can't afford to keep it, and goes into other efforts, offering to send photos of the items and more information, wanting to receive payment. The scammer tells one of the cruel stories that the Attorney General says they've ever heard, lying about the death of a spouse, as well as service to our country. Now they have confirmed that there is no one by that name ever registered or been a part of the military services, especially at Cavalier Air Force Base. There's no Sergeant Molly Carter, not a member of the installation whatsoever. And they also want to stress that while that's the name being used in this particular time, they change the names quite frequently, so please be aware that just too good to be true is often the case. Research the seller and attempt to view the product in person. Only use verified methods of payments. All very good advice from Kentucky's Attorney General. Our local top headlines begin right after this.
There's a lot to be thankful for this November. Friends, family feasts, and fantastic savings from Appalachian Wireless. All this month, get the Samsung GS8 for just $49.99 or the GS8 Plus for just $149.99. Both phones now $100 off the regular price. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway. Custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785.
Hi, this is John Harris at Gateway Motors. We're having to get it out of the mud sale. Everything we have is covered in mud, so if you want a good deal, right now it's time to get it.
Yeah, no joke, no gimmick. The road construction is killing them, so John has cut another $1,000 off this super economical 2015 Mitsubishi. It's got less than 22,000 miles, new tires, and it's only $69.95. He cut this '08 Crew Cab Dodge 4x4. It's $5,000 below book. He cut $2,000 off this Ford Escape 4x4 XLT to $69.95. And this 2010 Honda Civic with ultra low miles, only $83,000. His price just too low to advertise. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sagersville, 349 Cars. You know what this Friday is? Yeah, it's the 3rd, but it is also National Sandwich Day. And here locally at your Sagersville Subway, it's Customer Appreciation Day. You know what that means? You buy any 6-inch sub with a drink and get a free 6-inch sub. You buy any foot-long sub with a drink and get a free foot-long sub. All day long at your Sagersville Subway, Customer Appreciation Day this Friday. Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sagersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sagersville National Bank, 349-3131. Johnson County man, a car salesman at the time with a family in the county as well, who pled guilty to manslaughter, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse, is now out of prison. Court records indicate that we'll share with you right now after being released early on what is called a mandatory release system. Gary Ward, now 41 years of age, pled guilty to those charges in the death of 34-year-old Christina Hale. My records from the initial coverage of the case say that Christina Hale was last seen by her family when she left her home that she shared with her mother and sister, I believe, on September the 18th of 2013. Her body was discovered exactly a week later, badly decomposed, lying on the side of Route 80, well off of the beaten path of Route 80, so to speak. After an investigation quickly turned to an arrest, Gary Ward of Johnson County, a married father, was in trial in Knott County for several days, ultimately pleading guilty to manslaughter in the second degree, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison on May of 2015. He has since been released, and I believe on today's date, according to the website and information that we can find thus far. Last being held at LaGrange, it appears as though he was released on a mandatory release system that cut at least 8 months off of his sentence, and was released, from what we can understand, without any monitoring or parole. This is information that we just found from websites such as you see here, which monitor inmates' current and let you know, of course, as to their potential and or release dates. He had an expected release at the minimum of July of next year, 2018, was his minimum release if he had received parole. His maximum would have been October of 2023. But it appears as though Ward is a free man after serving only 4 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges related to the death of Christina Hale. As for the actual cause of death, my initial report, also going back to my records, indicates that the autopsy determined that she died from an undetermined homicide, as her body was too decomposed to determine the exact method of death, but it obviously was ruled a homicide, to which he was ordered to serve prison. 4 years in prison. A McGoffin County man is seeking to get back out of jail after it took a great deal of effort to get him there. He eluded authorities for well more than a year after a warrant was issued in his name for the theft of hundreds of thousands of dollars, scamming a McGoffin County resident or residents out of that money, and believed to be tied to other similar cases across the area. Now, after finally being apprehended with actually some personal detective work by one of the victims' family members themselves, Henry Lyon is asking to be released again on shock probation in an effort to pay restitution. Circuit Judge Kim Childers sentenced Henry Lyon to 10 years in prison. He was wanted on an arrest warrant for well over a year, and the victim's daughter actually saw him hunkering down in the back of a vehicle being operated by his wife, leaving Sayersville, followed them to Paintsville, where Paintsville Police Department got involved, and he was taken into custody and held there until the judge ruled that he would serve the 10-year sentence or pay back the restitution, to which he had been ordered to pay on numerous times over the course of several months and years, always agreeing to but never coming up with the money. Now, however, he, after being jailed, is requesting to be released again, this time in order to be on shock probation. He has requested a hearing on the matter, and a hearing has been set. Of course, that's just a hearing. We'll cover that to see what happens, but a shock probation hearing has been set in his name for November. Actually been reset until November the 16th. That hearing, of course, in McGoffin County Circuit Court. His warrant of initial arrest was issued in June of 2016. It was actually almost exactly a year later that he was finally apprehended on the counts of theft by deception, 3 separate counts for cold checks. All totaled about $250,000 that he took from an individual and did not repay. And it also came out during the last time he was in court that there were other states where he was also the subject of similar investigations. I'll be right back. As at least 1 out of every 5 people will likely get the flu this season, putting hundreds of thousands in the hospital and sadly proving fatal for another 50,000 more, now is the time for everyone 6 months and older to get their flu vaccination, so you'll be 60% less likely to have to worry about catching it. They've got flu shots ready, so all you have to do is come by and see the people who want to keep you from getting sick just as much as they want to make you well again when you are. Get your flu shot today at Hope Family Medical Center in Sayersville.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Salyersville since 1904. Fall and its colors have burst onto the scene at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. Kids' mud pie styles and designs have just arrived, with even more on the way. Little Fashions, excellent for fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. And of course, they've got the sweetest of accessories. And ladies' fashions are here, and there's more coming in daily. Amazing sweaters and Carter coats, this fall's must-have item. Dresses, boots, and more on the way. There's just nothing like what you'll find at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville, just down from Fraser's Prater Drugstore and the Radio Shack. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no-interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Our other top news in a few moments. Right now, your community calendar, which has a lot of things, including a birthday wish or two. To elaborate more, here's your McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar for this Wednesday. I say or two because I'm a little hesitant. I cannot make one out. This one I can, and this one's a big one. It's a first birthday wish to Dakota Minix. Love Papa Paul, Mama Frankie. Birthday wish is going out to a very, I'm sure, happy 1-year-old Dakota Minix. Happy birthday. I have another birthday for today. I'm sorry, it was a handwritten note left in the door. I will try to clarify that. If you left one in the door, I don't have a name or a number, please call me back. I just can simply not make out the first or last name exactly. So with that said, happy birthday to Dakota, and here's the rest of your calendar. Don't forget, free books, winter coats and shoes 50 cents, clothes $1 a bag. All started today, goes through Saturday at St. Luke's Open Door at St. Luke's Catholic Church, of course. Great sales event. And tomorrow night is the next McGoffin County Chautauqua series brought to you by the Civil War Committee. It's going to be at the Health Department and the Kentucky Humanities Council. It's free, and it's going to be a literally impersonated live portrayal. Someone will be portraying Lily Cornett, the voice or a voice for the forest. Starts tomorrow, 6 o'clock at the Health Department. They're going to be picking and grinning, and they're going to be doing it at Kearney Free Will Baptist Church this Saturday at 7. Pastor Butch Whitaker and everyone over at Kearney Free Will says, please come and join them for a wonderful evening of entertainment and fellowship at Kearney Free Will Baptist. And if you'd like to know more about sharing your heart and opening your home, becoming a foster parent for the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, there is an informational meeting tomorrow, 5:30 to 8:30. Stop in during that time on the campus of the Big Sandy Community Technical College in the MSU building, or you can call Tamara Howard locally, 349-3123. Either way or both, you can find out what it takes, very little, and what the rewards are personally from being a foster parent. That is tomorrow, 5:30, over Big Sandy. Pancake Day. You can say it as many times as you want. It's always better the next time you say it. Pancake Day, Salyersville Kiwanis Pancake Day is this Saturday at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center. I said this the last 2 days. There was not a time on it, and I keep forgetting to call and get a time. They start early and go up to, I think, 12 or 2, if I'm not mistaken. All you can eat, man, and it's a great meal. And all, of course, the Christmas in November events are happening this weekend. Christmas in November at South McGoffin Fire Department is this Saturday, 11 to 4. Candles and crafts and all sorts of jewelry and gift ideas for everyone on your list. Plunder, Tupperware, 31, Pampered Chef, and the list does indeed go on and on and on. The Extension Homemakers of McGoffin County are having their holiday bazaar this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 9:06 Friday, 9:02 Saturday. They've got a variety of items for purchase, a whole lot of vendors, many of the same ones I just mentioned and many different ones as well. And they're also having lunches the 3rd and the 4th. They're going to be serving a soup bean lunch with kraut and wieners and cornbread and all the fixings on Friday. Saturday, you can get a hot dog dinner with them. They're all dinners are just $5 each, and you can eat and check out the holiday bazaar at the same time. And you can check out our calendar. You got an announcement, a birthday or anniversary you want on, just get it to me any way you can. We'll tell everybody about it. Funeral services brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, and we have announcements tonight beginning with those in honor of Evie Jane Basham, 47 of South Church Street, who passed away yesterday, the daughter of Billy Joe and Yvonne Collins Basham. Besides her parents, she's survived by son Jason and daughters Ashley, Charlene, and Angelica Basham, and her companion Willard Rice. Visitation will be after 6 o'clock tomorrow at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, and on Friday, graveside services are going to be held at the Earl May Cemetery. And I just received word of the passing of 60-year-old William Riley Collins of Prestonsburg, passing away on today's date, survived by his wife, Juanita Newsom Collins. Arrangements being made at this hour, but to be announced soon, also by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
If you've been to Lexington over the course of the past several months, or Winchester for that matter, you've seen the large number of solar panels to your left going, to your right coming. Well, if you've seen these commercials here on the program for the last 2 months as well, you might have an idea as to what they are.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home.
The sun bathes us in the power of its warm glow and bright.
The Cooperative Solar Program, and I spoke with Curry Howard of Licking Valley RECC today, literally as he was traveling back from Winchester, in the following phone interview to tell us a bit about the entire project and how Licking Valley RECC is a part of it. Solar panels and solar farms, for that matter, as well, becoming very popular across the state, across the nation as well. And today, Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives dedicated their new not-for-profit 60-acre solar farm in Winchester, where you can license your own solar panel, or several for that matter. Members of Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives can tap into renewable solar energy for their home or business without the headaches or cost even of installing and maintaining those panels yourself at your own home or location. How it works is, for a one-time payment of $460 per panel, you get a 25-year lease to that panel. That means you get credit on your monthly power bill for the proportional share of energy generated by the solar farm, as well as the market value of the panel's capacity. And you can monitor the panel's performance online. It's an easy, cost-effective way to enjoy the benefits of renewable solar energy and also manage energy costs. Curry Howard with Licking Valley RECC tells me that while it's a 25-year lease, it does have about a 15-year payback time frame, and that many co-op members are interested in going solar, but they face a variety of obstacles, from renting where they live to other factors.
It basically fixes it to where you can have a solar panel in your name, but you don't have to have it on your house. That's the pretty part of it. Because a lot of people, you don't, if your roof's not laid out the right way or whatever, it's got to be facing south, and it's got to be, you got to be able to collect the sun. It saves you from having to put it on the house. It saves you from having roof damage and all that, but you still get the same benefit from it. If you purchase enough of them, you could do your whole house, it's very possible you could do your whole home. especially if you've got Energy Star appliances, maybe, high efficiency heat pumps and so on like that.
And with today's dedication of this first and Kentucky's largest farm, Howard says there's more possible, that more solar farms are very likely to happen in Kentucky and be built, but that the electric co-ops like Licking Valley RECC are already using and exploring some other renewable sources.
See, we've got 8 landfill, units that burn methane gas off of landfills, and then we've got 2 hydros, that's out there. Now, we don't have any wind. Of course, there's just not enough wind in our area, to make it feasible for that. But, if this thing goes, there's a possibility. They're calling it Solar Farm 1, and there could be another one, if everything sells good and all that. There could be another one later on.
Those 16 partners include Big Sandy RECC out of Paintsville, Bluegrass Energy out of Nicholasville, Clark Energy Cooperative out of Winchester. The list does indeed go on. Fleming Mason Energy out of Flemingsburg, Grayson RECC out of Grayson, of course, Danville, McKee, West Liberty, Licking Valley RECC, Elizabethtown, Owenton, Bardstown, Somerset, Campbellsville, and the list goes on with a few others as well. Let's go on to your... Well, that's a pretty good segue. It wasn't even planned. Your Licking Valley RECC forecast, where relatively mild but relatively wet as well. That will be the pattern that we'll see. Yeah, multiple shots of rain in your forecast, but temperatures, look at what temperatures are going to do. It's going to be mild, just wet at the same time. 53 tonight. Another mild one tonight. I mean, that's pretty much yesterday's high. Mostly cloudy and some isolated showers in the forecast. Wrapping up, those chances are, I believe, well, we'll say chances down to about 20%. Let's leave it at that. For tomorrow, though, a pretty nice Thursday in store. I mean, we're going to have a 20% chance of some isolated showers early and about a 20% chance of some isolated showers late. But in the middle of there somewhere, partly sunny skies and 72. With another low in the mid-50s tomorrow night for your Thursday. And for your Friday, we'll wrap it up on a still mild note at 68, but more clouds and definitely more showers as well. Some scattered showers early, and then chances ramp up throughout the day to a likelihood, 70-80%. That's a likelihood. Mostly cloudy as well. We'll see winds out of the southwest, 3 to 5, and a little more than that in some areas. And we'll see shower chances exist right on through the night, to 11 or 12 Friday night. And while there are still chances for your weekend, they're at least not as great. Mostly cloudy, a 40% threat for your Saturday, a 10% early until about 4 o'clock or so, and then by Saturday night, a better shot, but still 70, 57, clouds, and a good chance of some showers. 75 degrees on your Sunday. I wish I could say it was going to be sunny and clear, but I just can't. But a 10% chance of showers is all we have right now on the horizon. But mostly cloudy skies, definitely warm air. And then we'll stick around through Monday, backing off about 5 degrees down to 70. Still cloudy, and then a likelihood of showers on your next Monday as well. Like I said, it's going to be warm, but it's going to be wet. Tuesday of next week, temperatures start to take a hit again, and we'll go into the 60s and then back down to the 50s by midweek. As I'm speaking to you at this hour, if you're catching the early show, I had a camera at a town hall meeting, which was set for personnel employed through the county, the state, the school system, what have you, in regards to the pension plan and that situation that, of course, is ongoing. It was a question and answer type of forum. We'll be talking to some of those individuals on tomorrow's program and have a report on that and other news that you'll only see here. So be sure and see us then. Good night. Thanks for watching.